establishment of those friendly relations which have remained constant between our two countries to the present day.
From the words of His Majesty Sultan Qaboos bin Said that emphasize the importance of maintaining strong Omani-U.S. relations, we will take you back as far as the 1800s to highlight key events of the historical relationship between both countries. On September 21, 1833, U.S. President Andrew Jackson sent Special Envoy Edmund Roberts to Muscat to meet with As-Sayyid Said bin Sultan. The Treaty of Amity and Commerce was signed, becoming the first formal act of diplomacy between the two countries. After 7 years, on April 30, 1840, Ahmad ibn Aman, Oman's first ambassador to the United States, sailed the Sultana ship on a historical voyage to New York and met with U.S. President Martin Van Buren. At the turn of the century, Sultan Said bin Taimur became the first Omani ruler to visit the United States on March 3, 1938.
Makes a majestic picture as she comes into Southampton with her famous passengers. The Sultan of Muscat, a country in the Persian Gulf, was recently in Washington on a state visit.
These humble beginnings shaped today's friendship as it continued with His Majesty Sultan Qaboos bin Said's visit to Washington, D.C. on January 9, 1975, where he met with President Gerald Ford. 8 years later, on April 12, 1983, President Ronald Reagan welcomed His Majesty Sultan Qaboos bin Said to the United States.
Majesty, the American people are deeply impressed by what you've achieved. Since you assumed leadership, your country's progress, economically, socially, and politically, has established your reputation as a compassionate leader who can get things done.
As we move into the 21st century, with the modern-day state of affairs, His Majesty's wisdom has continued to guide the Sultanate into this new era, as Oman has played a central role on the geopolitical scene. This year, Oman's presence emerged among critical political situations. The latest meetings in Oman highlighted His Majesty's vision of the importance of pursuing peace and stability throughout the world.
Because His Majesty the Sultan of Oman has given the United States important advice and counsel, has helped us to be able to do things that might otherwise have been difficult in terms of reaching out to people, building alliances, building coalitions, and frankly, dealing with some very complicated, important international security issues.
Today's Omani Scholarly Symposium, Oman in the 21st Century, is a continuation of the path established by His Majesty Sultan Qaboos bin Said to uphold the deeply enrooted friendship between the United States and the Sultanate of Oman.